Welcome to a very special edition of Coca-Cola Sports Scene as we come to you from the beautiful town of Kokopo in the East New Britain province, covering PNG Athletics 53rd Open and Under-18 National Championships. Now, before we touch on to the Athletics Championships itself, let's take a look at our weekend sporting briefs. Army Wives sports competition held at Murray Barracks yesterday played their semi-final matches with 5 teams taking part in the tournament. The purpose of the tournament was to bring all Army Wives together to get to know each other and to create a community with great comradeship. Earlier today, the competition went into its end, closing up with presentations of trophies. Under 21 Governors Cup volleyball competition is now facing its third day of the competition, finishing off with its semi-finals. Governor Porus Pakop said he was happy and proud to see young people get involved in sporting activities. To Rugby Union now, and St. Joseph's International Catholic College took over the Monia Bava Park on Saturday after completing their 6-week induction into the Pacific and Union program. Their rugby festival took to full effect with an impressive 1,070 participants. This, however, put the Capital Rugby Union round-robin matches on hold, postponing them to this afternoon. Now, Kokopo is playing host to the 53rd Open and Under-18 National Championships in Athletics, and it features 260 athletes from 12 different clubs from all over the country. Hosts East New Britain have a total of 80 in their contingent, and their neighbours New Island Province have brought in 50 athletes of their own. And Team Wabeg, from all the way from Enga Province, have brought a total of 18 as they take part in this year's championships. East New Britain, NCD, New Island Province, Simbu, Morabe, Mainohana, Biala Eastern Highlands, Madang, and athletes with disabilities are all part of the meet. Enga Province, led by former PNG 800-meter runner Miriam Kotao Goya, had 18 athletes, but were not short of supporters. Governor Peter Ipatas turning up for the event in the form of not just the sponsor, but a parent as well. Events included track sprints from the 100, 200 and 400 meters, as well as middle and long distances, and also triple, long and high jumps, and the throwing events. More on the national championships after the break. Welcome back to a special edition of Coca-Cola Sports Scene, coming to you from Kokopo, East New Britain Province, as we cover the 53rd PNG Athletics National Championships. Now, teams from all over the country have sent their best athletes to take part, and here's Tony Green, president of PNG Athletics, with his take on the event so far.
Yeah, we're into the third day now of the National Track and Field Championships here at Ulapir. We had a few events on Friday afternoon, just some preliminary rounds in the 400 and 800. We had a full day's competition on Saturday, some very good performances in the 400 especially, with Donna Conneal running an outstanding 56.63 seconds to win the women's 400. and a very good race between Theo Piniao and Camille Matlan, both from East New Britain, in the men's race. That was a very close race, and Theo again ran an outstanding time, 48.30 seconds, with Camille just behind him. We've also had Donna also ran very well in the 400-meter hurdles. She beat Sharon Quarula yesterday in the 400 hurdles. Sharon, obviously coming from the US, she's done all her training and competition on a proper track, so it's a little bit difficult to adjust to a grass track. They have to be a little bit careful because not to get injured. But it's good that Sharon's come and run quite a few races here to give some competition to the other athletes. So we're really pleased about that. We had a good run in the men's 10,000 meters with Kupsi Bisamo running away with that event. I ran under 34 minutes for the 10,000 meters, so quite pleased with that. Good result for Kupsi. We've got a few athletes contending in the multi-events. That's the heptathlon for women and the octathlon for men. Some of the athletes that we identified at the Talent ID program last year are participating in those events. So yeah, we had a full day yesterday, and we're going to finish off today with 200 meters, 800 meters, relays and some field events.
Now, so far, have there been any national records that have been broken?
No, I don't think we're going to see national records except perhaps in the men's discus. Maybe Debono Paraka recently broke the record in the discus. Maybe he'll do it again, I don't know. But in the track events, it's obviously not ideal conditions, especially with the wind. The sprinters had quite a strong headwind yesterday, and it also makes it difficult for the longer races on the track. So no, we're not expecting national records, but we can gauge the performance of the athletes from the times they do and their placings. So
now also, these are the national championships in preparation for the Pacific Games next year. How important is it that athletes actually come here to participate?
Well, it's important that we see how the athletes are progressing. We've got the Commonwealth Games coming up and the Oceania Championships, so these are steps towards the Games next year, and it's good to have all the athletes here. We can see how they're going. But of course the Nationals is also good for the rest of the squad, because even though the Games are only a year away, we are still adding athletes to the squad. If anybody does really well here, then they can be added to the training squad for the Pacific Games next year. So the squad we're continually monitoring, and monitoring the athletes and adding athletes as they perform.
Now, apart from many first-timers that are here, we also have old faces. Mm-hmm. Sharon Quarula is here, Wala Gime as well. Mm-hmm. What are the prospects that you would like to have from them, especially in preparation for next year's Games?
Well, Sharon and Wala have both had quite a big season already, and they've just finished their college season in the US. They are both going to the Commonwealth Games, so they need to maintain their training commitment. So we're just looking for some good performances from them at the Commonwealth Games.
Now, the Commonwealth Games will be coming up in just a few months' time. Will there be any changes to that squad that is traveling, especially from taken from here from the national championships?
There will, yes. I mean, the Commonwealth Games is only a little over a month away before the team leaves. There are some athletes that we had in the squad that have not yet performed because of injuries, sickness or whatever, so it's likely that we'll have to drop one or two athletes after the championships.
Tony Green, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Coming up after the break, we have a chat with PNG's track sensations Sharon Quarula and Wala Gime. You're watching Coca-Cola Sports Scene here in Kokopo, East New Britain Province, as we cover the 53rd National Championships from Athletics PNG. Now, earlier in the show, we had spoken to Tony Green, President of Athletics PNG, and we also managed to catch up right now with Sharon Korula and Wala Gime, both of whom are hurdlers in the PNG national team. Let's take a look. I am here with Sharon Korula and Wala Gime. Now, Sharon, you are the current record holder for the 100 and 400 meter hurdles. How does that feel?
It feels good. I worked hard to run these events, like the 400 meter hurdles and the 100 meter hurdles. Running the record is a very big thing. I've worked hard for it, and I'm excited that I am the current record holder for these two events.
Now, I know you're training in the States. How has training been going?
Training's been going very well. It's hard. We train like every day. Every afternoon we go out there and we train, and the training is not easy. We train like we compete every day, and like our coaches are always there. They work hard to get us to where we are now. I'm excited that we went out there and we did our best and we're at the top. Recently, I came fifth like in the nation in the 400 meter hurdles, and I'm excited for it. I know that's a first for a Papua New Guinean to be in the US running this. Like coming fifth in the nation is a very big thing, and I know, and I'm sure like a lot of Papua New Guineans will be very happy for this achievement.
Now, you took part in the 400 hurdles this morning. How did that go?
It went well though. Like for like running here, it's basically like really no competition for me, because like I'm out here for them. So like going out there and giving competition for these young athletes, it's very good. I mean it will encourage them, and I'm always happy to help them, and I'm excited to be out here at national championships and like encouraging young athletes. That's it.
Now, with the Pacific Games coming up next year, are you hoping to be on the podium?
Yes, I am, but like I'm not going to underestimate other athletes. They're training very hard for it too, and like I'm just going to go out and do my best. Whatever happens, that's it. I will just encourage everybody to like go for gold, Papua New Guinea, first, second, third. Yes, like I don't want I'm being honest now. I don't want no Fijians or Samoans to beat us. Like go Papua New Guinea.
Well, switching from Sharon, and we have Wala Gime, also a record holder, and this time in the 110 meter hurdles. How have you found competition here in the national championships?
I would say it's good for most of the upcoming runners, because like there's not much headless, and with us motivating them to run their best, it helps them a lot. And like with us running against them, it's sort of like it helps them train harder for like next year the SP Games. So we just have to run from here and like just continue running. Yeah.
Now, just like Sharon, you are training in America as well.
Yeah, it's helped me a lot, because like last year I did improve my 110 time, and then like as I got into the Angelo State University, it helped me a lot with my technique and how I can run fast over the hurdles.
About technique, what is when you talk about technique, why is technique so important?
Because like hurdles, it's such a hard event, and like you run over obstacles, and like every hurdles are very evenly spaced. So how you attack the hurdles is very important running over the 110 and the 400 hurdles.
Now, I have one last question for both of you. If you were to give one piece of advice to the young athletes that are here and also throughout the country watching, what would that be?
I would tell like all the young athletes that I started from this level, running on the grass, and like I trained at NSI in Goroka when I went to school, and like I attended like all the like championships in Leh, and I started when I was young, and I'm sure like I'm a good example out here. If they want to be like me, like I'm not boasting here, but I'm saying as a role model, like work hard for it. If you want it, you want to be there, work hard, go out, believe in yourself, and go achieve what you dream of. That's it.
And Wala, what about yourself?
I would just go out hard and do your best, and the outcome will reveal itself. Yeah.
Hi and welcome back to Coca-Cola Sports Scene, coming to you from Kokopo, East New Britain Province. Now earlier we had covered Athletics PNG's 53rd Open and Under-18 National Championships, and we were very fortunate in that we headed over to Colorbond Oval to watch Redcliffe Dolphins take on the SP PNG Hunters. It was a big match between the SP PNG Hunters and the Redcliffe Dolphins as the inaugural Stan Joyce Award was placed to acknowledge the historic first match between the two teams. An early penalty set the tone for Redcliffe, with the Dolphins scoring first through captain John Green after receiving a short ball off the line from 3 meters out. Halfback Adrian Davis with a successful conversion, and the Dolphins were 6-0 up over the Hunters. The Hunters were backing up strong in defense, paying off with a penalty inside the 10 meters less than 90 seconds later. There was a turnover, however. Roger Laka's daring pass left Thompson Tete and Gary Lowe in a one-on-one situation. A good grabber from Dolphins halfback Adrian Davis saw Oliver Regan diving. The Hunters were playing strong, but a turnover in possession again came cheaply. Gary Lowe attempted an intercept, almost creating space behind him as the cover defense struggled. Redcliffe scored again in almost the same position, this time plucky hooker Cameron Cullen bagging a try. It was now Redcliffe 12 and the Hunters 0. Israel Elliott, trying his best at hooker, sent the ball flying high this time. Hunters halfback Roger Laka attempted another intercept, but yet again another turnover. Redcliffe in with a third from the resultant play. It was now Redcliffe Dolphins 18 and the Hunters 0. Coach Michael Maroon decided it was time for a change, and Iso Sione made way for Willie Minoga. Thompson Tete finally getting the ball rolling. The Hunters went over again after a quick offload from Ortovo Puaro, so Thompson Tete going it alone. The Hunters were now on 10 points, trailing Redcliffe by 8. However, a lapse in concentration saw Liam Georgetown going over. Redcliffe then extended their lead 24 to Hunters 10. The Hunters tried again, although David Loco dropped the ball after good lead-up and switch from Thompson Tete and Gary Lowe. Winger Gary Lowe thought he'd gone over, only for the ref to call forward pass right on the stroke of half-time. It was the second half and the Hunters appeared to have a better start in the opening few minutes. However, another try was disallowed for the Hunters after Albert Patak thought he'd crossed. Hooker Ortovo Puara, quiet in the first, was now attacking heavily in the second. Although another call went against the Hunters, Noel Zemming furious. The Hunters now began defending and holding off Redcliffe's onslaught. A break by Brandy Peter and a quick pass to Noel Zemming and Alex Wera went over in the corner. The resultant conversion was unsuccessful. Redcliffe 24, Hunters 14. The Hunters crossed again, David Loco in. Noel Zemming converting, and they were now trailing by 4, with the Dolphins on 24 and the Hunters on 20. But Redcliffe bounced back, Joe Bradley with this effort to extend the lead. The Dolphins 28, Hunters 20. David Hallow was proving a handful as Cameron Callan began stepping through and setting up an easy try for Konstantin Mika. Redcliffe now fully extending their lead to 14 points. The Hunters didn't give up, and Albert Patak crossed right near the corner. Zemming from a difficult angle, converting. Gary Lowe continued his fine form, bringing the crowd to their feet. Only for the referee to call play back again. It was now Redcliffe 36, Hunters 10 points behind. Captain Israel Eliab began sidestepping the flood of players. As Albert Patak limped off. With less than 10 minutes remaining on the clock, Adam Karave scored right under the posts. It was now Redcliffe Dolphins 36, Hunters 36. The match began to reach a crescendo, and a field goal from Israel Eliab saw them take the lead. The crowd erupted with joy. And to cap off icing on the cake, winger Gary Lowe with this barnstorming run as he took off and scored. The final score, SP Hunters 43, Redcliffe Dolphins 36. Captain John Green disappointed with the result.
To be honest, we got ourselves to a pretty good lead, and when they scored, we sort of scored back, and we sort of...
Michael Marum, however, commended the performance of his boys.
3 tries disallowed. What were the thoughts going through your head?
Just at that stage, we were still had a game cleared, and they just sent a message out there to continue playing until the final little bit. But yeah, we got disappointed with those tries, but we just have to move on again. We just probably know where we went from there, but I think that they got us in the first half.
Well, Israel Eliab's field goal yesterday had really set the pace for the SP Hunters. And right now I'm with Team New Ireland, who had come 3rd overall in the National Open and Under-18 Championships here in Kokopo. They appear very, very happy. Just a reminder out to all viewers out there, if you want us to cover your sports stories, please feel free to send us an email, or you can check us out on our Facebook page at our Sports Scene. Just before we end, I'd like to say a really big thank you out to the people of Kokopo for their hospitality. And as you can hear, New Ireland, they're very, very happy to be here as well. I'm Jeremy Moggy for Coca-Cola Sports Scene. Good night.